Hello and a very warm welcome
You see
to
how
all
it's
of
taking a
you.
minute? Hello.
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 Hello. Bonga
It's a beautiful day.
You
Hello.
too. Hello.
This is This is Bonga Dada Bonga. We are live. The show has started. There may be some technical issues. We're going to apologize for that in advance. But we are here and we have quite a show for you tonight. I am your reporter, and now we're turning it over to our host.
Thank you very much, Dashanaba King. Hello and a very warm welcome to all of us who are joining us tonight across the globe. We are delighted that you could join us tonight. This is a show that happens every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Bonga Dada Bonga is live streamed on your Facebook
Bonga
page.
Dada Bonga.
Bonga Dada Bonga. It comes live
Bonga Dada
streamed.
Bonga.
Bonga Dada. Bonga.
Yes,
Bonga
Bonga
Dada
Dada.
Bonga.
Bonga.
Bonga Dada
Yes.
Bonga comes to you
Bonga
every
Dada Bonga.
Thursday, live streamed on your Facebook page of Bonga Dada Bonga live stream page, Facebook page, and YouTube channel every Thursday, 7 p.m. East Africa time. We are glad that you're joining us tonight. So this is a platform for women voices. And currently we are focusing on Kenyan women in politics. Those who are vying for
Thank
office,
you.
you're welcome.
Yes.
Seeking opportunities in the
Thank
board.
you for having me today.
Yes,
Thank you for
yes.
the invitation. Bonga Dada Bonga.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Margaret, for joining us. So we are so happy that we have quite a number of speakers joining us tonight. And this is the 8th episode. We have done this for 7 times since 12th of May, and we are glad that this show is getting better and better every day. I'll invite Professor Dashanaba King just to tell us where all this began.
Okay. Thank you for that, Rose. I am Ella Dashanaba King, also known as Queen Mother de Nuno I of Ghana. I was instilled in Ghana as a Queen Mother. So now we have a weekly Facebook show that's called Queen Mother Speaks. During the month of March, Women's History Month, we had women from various parts to come on the show and talk. When the women from Kenya came on the show, they expressed a lot of concerns about the upcoming elections. Some of them were cursing, some of them were fussing. They was just upset. And even after Women's History Month ended, we still had people sending us messages about this upcoming election. And so basically, for me as a foreigner in this country, when you guys decide to vote, I decide to take holiday because it seems like when you vote, you also like to use long knives called machetes. So pretty much the foreigners, we just go on vacation when you guys are voting. So now when people kept asking me about this election thing, I went inside to my inner self and I said, Lord, what am I supposed to do? And the message that I got was, you have a platform, use it. Thus, Bonga Dada Bonga was born. Bonga Dada Bonga, Bonga Dada Bang. Hey, hey, hey. That's how it was born. And as our host Rose has said, we are right now in episode 8. Wow. 7. Episode 7. We're in episode 7, which means we've been doing this every week consecutively. Huh?
8.
It's 8. Episode
Yes.
8. I do
Hey.
so many different shows, but we are in episode We are in episode 8 tonight.
8.
So that's how Bonga Dada Bonga got started. And the whole idea is to have a platform for women's voices. And we certainly want to hear from those women in Kenya, Kenyan women in politics who are vying for office in some of the marginalized areas. So if you happen to know a woman running for office in Kenya, please get in touch with Bonga Dada Bonga. You can reach us at facebook.com/Bonga Dada Bonga. We'll be very happy to bring them on the show and hear their platform, hear their manifesto, find out what challenges are they facing as women running for office, because this is a historic time. These are historic times. Just the fact that we have in the beginning, we had over 5,000 women who had thrown their hats into the ring. And after the primaries, I think it may have come down to maybe 2,500 or 3,000. That's still a lot of women. And a lot of those women are young women, young Kenyan women who are deciding to step up, step out, and throw their hat in the ring. Thank you for this moment. Bonga, Dada, Bonga.
Indeed, Professor Dashanaba King, thank you very much for wonderful remarks, letting us know where this journey began. And indeed, this is
Yes.
a platform that is dedicated to women in leadership. This season, we are focusing on women in politics. And it's amazing tonight, even as we discuss the topic of ethics and politics, we are focusing on women who are vying for various political positions tonight, because ethics and politics are complex concepts and they have a very close relationship between them.
Mm-hmm.
But to put
Mm-hmm.
the topic into perspective today, I'll not dwell on that because we have people whom will answerable, who are vying for positions, who are looking for votes, and we're going to give them opportunities tonight to be able to speak to our hearts and so that they can tell us what is it that they are looking for. We have a co-host tonight, but she's still in the studio. Susan will be joining us much later, and also accompanied by the vision bearer, Professor Dash and Nabakin, who are in the
Yes.
studio tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Allow me a few minutes to introduce all the speakers for tonight by just reading their short bios.
Okay.
We are glad on the screen you're all seeing a lady, a very beautiful lady. Her name is Margaret Toili. Margaret is a national gender champion.
Mm-hmm.
She, she boasts to be a mother, a wife, a grandmother, but she has not left politics because this is something that she started a while back when she was young, and she felt the urge of
Yes.
involving herself into leadership and politics. So Margaret is started a journey quite a while, and she's vying for a woman rep in Bungoma County, which is in the western part of Kenya. And so Margaret will be here with us to speak to us. And also later on, we'll be joined by Eunice Rede, who is a proud mom of two beautiful girls and a boy. And she is a lab technician by a professional, and who found passion in community work. She'll also be joining us because she is vying for a woman rep position in Nakuru County. Then we'll be joined also by Abio. Abio is an IT professional. She is a serious consultant in matters of IT. And so she holds also a degree in IT, and she is also vying for a woman rep in Tana River, and she'll be joining us shortly. Last but not the least, we'll be joined by Waidira Kibinda. Waidira Kibinda is a daughter, a wife, and a mother from Muranga. She's the mother of Muranga, and she has desire to see the voices and ideas from Muranga County, both for men, women, youth, and children, all their voices heard. She has a long experience in terms of community development, as also she will be joining us very soon. Beth Waidira Kibinda, she's a believer of that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go further, go with others. So we are glad that today we are joined by all those speakers, and we'll start off very fast with the lady, the beautiful lady you're seeing on our screens tonight. And we just want Margaret to take a bit of time, just a few minutes, because we only have 1 hour for this show. So we request that you take very short time in your introduction. So we would like to ask you to please tell us why you chose politics. Of all other careers in this country, why did you choose politics?
Go with
Over
us.
to you.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you for having me today, BongaDadaBonga. My name, as introduced, I'm Margaret Toili from Bungoma County, Kenya. Before I joined politics, I was working in the institutions of high learning as a secretary, as an administrator, and I was also participating in public activities.
BongaDadaBonga.
Thank you. So, having seen how people are suffering, especially women and the children, I decided that what I had done for my family was, I think, 3/4 of it. And I'm married, I have children, as my profile reads. So I decided to join politics. And as I joined politics, I joined my fellow woman, Honorable Mother Karua, who is the deputy president running mate of the president to be, as they say, Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, I vied in 2013 as a national member of parliament, that is MP. I didn't make it and I didn't give up. I vied again in 2017 for the Bungoma County Woman Rep, but there were challenges of security to women. There were challenges of lack of knowledge with women. So that I didn't make it, it was not very easy. I was wrapped up in the county returning office. So I decided I'll not give up, but I have to continue so that I speak for the voiceless women globally, in Kenya and elsewhere. Now that I did that, I chose to take the best practices because there was no free and fair elections for women in Kenya. I decided to petition the parliament on two-third gender rule that allows and says either gender should not exceed more than two-thirds. In Kenya, National Assembly members are 349. The 12th parliament has been dissolved, sign die. So that I petitioned the parliament and the Senate to pass articles that allow women to go into legislative positions to speak and represent themselves. They did not do it. They refused for lack of political goodwill. And it was pronounced, it has flopped again. I said, it's okay. There's always another way of doing it. The Constitution of Kenya allows that anybody, after the legislators have refused to pass the two-third gender rule, anybody can petition the president of the judiciary, the CJ, Chief Justice. I followed due process. I petitioned the president of the judiciary to dissolve the parliament. And at that time, he read my papers and he asked the parliament and the Senate to respond to our grievances. Again, they asked for time. By the rule of law and constitutionalism, I, as Margaret, the national gender champion, the only female who was representing women in Kenya and globally, I said, no, it's not the right way, Mr. CJ. You better do it the way the constitution that you defend, that you protect says. So the CJ, Mr. Maraga, Honorable, advised the President of Kenya that it is time to dissolve the parliament for refusing to enact the Article 81B that says either gender should not exceed two-thirds. And so an advisory note was given to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. The journey was not easy, but always one step leads to many. All women in Kenya, or there may be a few, joined the debate. So we cannot all go one side. Two people came up and petitioned against the dissolution of the parliament. Margaret Toili is a Bomba woman who doesn't give up, who believes in what she does and does it constitutionally, has been in the Kenyan courts for more than 6 times, defending the women of Kenya. Not only defending, but also doing public participation, that women should rise up and speak for themselves and seek for elective positions and also appointive. I also encourage women that they should go for studies so that they are able to compete in the market of appointive positions. For example, like Mother Karua, before she was picked as the running mate, men in Kenya, especially, maybe if I cannot name the name, they wanted the slot of deputy president. Margaret Toili, the one on the screen, remained firm, telling them that they have had their chance. The chance now is for women. And the woman we fronted was Honorable Mother Karua, because her history speaks. And indeed, I wrote WhatsApp messages and they went around Kenya and all over Kenya and in the world. And we are proud today to say we have a woman deputy president in waiting. Even other than that, we have Suluhu of Tanzania, who is the president of Tanzania. When Joe elect of USA made it to the presidency, Margaret and the women of Kenya, whom she leads, wrote a Twitter that congratulations, Joe elect, please give us the second position. And indeed, he did it. We are proud to have a woman, Kamala Harris, as the deputy president of the USA, the most powerful country. Not to forget, recently, the two-third gender is also being adopted elsewhere, where Colombia the other day picked a woman as the deputy running mate. So women globally, we are making it. We have been enlightened. The constitution is very clear. We should not just sit behind and wait unless we are waiting for nothing. Nobody is going to speak for us if we cannot rise up. So what I'm saying here is I am running for the Bungoma County Women Rep 2022. The people are asking that I defend them. I have not been on the ground because there is much I'm doing in paperwork. So I am asking globally all women to rise up, go to school, count themselves as leaders, but not women. In gender matters, we say women, we are there. So at least from MCA, from MP, County Woman Rep to the presidency. Come 2027, Kenya is going to have a female president. And I will not retire as Margaret, the national gender champion. I will still champion matters to do with women. We are not marginalized. They are marginalized areas. And the youth should also wake up because they are the nation of tomorrow. I also petitioned for the youth that they should be included. That is Article 27, where we have equality. And then 100 that says there are marginalized areas where those women in marginalized areas should be picked and brought forward to speak for themselves. Because, like I'm in Kenya, I cannot wholly defend someone in America, someone in Tanzania. But we want those women who are there to rise up and
Thank,
vie for elective positions so that
thank you.
we
Yeah.
also speak for.
Thank you so, so much, Margaret, and absolutely, that is awesome, the work that you've been doing, and especially on petitioning the two-thirds gender rule. It is so important. Thank you so much, Suzanne, for joining us. Suzanne is the co-host for tonight. We are so glad that you're here. Allow me just, I'm sure, Margaret, you've been able to tackle so much more in your opening remarks, but allow me just to introduce Suzanne, just to say
Mhm.
hello before she moves in the next question. Suzanne, if you could say a word.
Hello, Margaret. It's good to see your face. I think we spoke on phone recently. So I'm Susan, currently Regional Director for Protection International Africa. This is an organization that works with human rights defenders, supporting and promoting their work and ensuring that they are safe while they do it. So even though I'm late, I welcome you to the show as co-host, and I'm looking forward to an exciting exchange. So should I jump right in or?
Yes, you can continue, Suzanne, with the next question, kindly.
Most
Okay.
welcome.
Okay, thank you. So, Margaret, even though I've missed most of your introduction, thank you for that background that you've given us. But we all recognize that being a woman, and especially a woman leader who is running for office, one of the major challenges that you meet has got to do with support from the community, from people close to us, from our families. It may be support in many forms, that is financial support, moral support, emotional support, and all forms, spiritual support, also all sorts of support that one needs to have a network around them at a time like this. What has it been like for you during this period? Are you receiving the support you would like from your family, maybe from your friends, from people close to you, or even from other people with whom you're running, either in the same party or maybe other women that you're with in the race? Tell us what it's been like.
Son, it's very challenging. It needs a heart. Like where I am right now, I'm like an antelope being searched and being tracked like by the lion. Having done what I do as a leader, I observe the rule of law and constitutionalism. Maybe um, it may not be very easy for me to open up and now to speak exactly what is happening. I am not in my home. I am living elsewhere apart from my home. I don't know what is happening. I need support from security department in Kenya, internationally, because having decided that I go into politics, it was a calling. My politics is based on Christianity. I don't divert from it. Now, I'm getting support from the ground, but financial support is unbecoming. And that because of insecurity, deep insecurity I am facing, Madam Susan, if there is anything I need more than that, I need funds, I need security, and I'll be able to discharge my duties without fear of contradiction. The support from the youth, the women, and other men of the like minds I have. But how do I reach them? I am not free to move because now that we are speaking globally, all my clothes have been stolen. I have locked my house by welding. My CCTV has been interfered with. The alarm is on throughout. I don't understand what is happening. I need support of security. Seriously, funds and any donation that can go along with a political woman. I've been attacked several times in the house, and it's just because of the will of God that I survived to speak today. It's not easy, but I'm not giving up. Until that day, I'm not giving up. I will not, and I repeat, I will not. For women globally must be set free. We went to Beijing. We are not fighting anyone. We are simply speaking for ourselves, for the generation to come, for our children, children, children. So any intimidation, no, I'm not taking it and I'm not giving up. So the support that I will receive, I say thank you in advance if it will ever come. From Tuesday, the week to come, I'm going to make a decision that even if it means working on food, even if it means reaching the people, they must rise up to the occasion of freedom for all. For Kenya is for all of us, not for the few selected. We can't be intimidated as women. We can't, and we shall not give up. We shall continue to fight until we are there, but we are about to be there. Yeah.
Amazing. Maybe, Margaret, one of the questions, even as you narrate your experience from when you started uh, campaigning and advocating for two-thirds gender rule, I mean, your drive in politics for this long, and you're saying you're not even about to give up. What is it that drives you? Because I see a lot of drive with you. I see a lot of energy and enthusiasm. And I'm wondering here, what is this exactly? Despite the fact you're even a grandmother now, you still have the drive. Maybe you could encourage other women so that those who are coming up, they'll face challenges, but they don't give up. What is your drive?
Thank you for the question. My drive is passion for life. I love women. I love doing justice to humanity, which is service to God. And what was the mission and vision in politics? Because I resigned my job. It's not that I didn't have a job, but I felt I should lead so that others must follow suit. Until we rise up, until we speak for ourselves, if we keep on fearing, we shall never achieve it. So, what drives me as a mother, as a grandmother, I liken my children to other women's children. I must rise up and speak so that other women will learn as a lesson from me that all is well only if you believe in what you do. And I believe that through politics, through constitutionalism and the law, I have been respected and I will not tire to speak, and may everyone listen good and clear that women, children, and the PWDs have nobody to speak for them. As Jesus died for the world, Margaret is ready to walk the journey in politics until we are there. So it is the passion that I have for human life, that equality and equity must be discharged to all.
Awesome. Well done. Suzanne, over to you.
Thank you, Margaret. That's very brave of you and very inspiring at the same time. I hope that there are women who are aspiring for leadership that will hear this and realize that even though it's not an easy walk to the park, it's still possible, and that there are others who have gone through the challenges you're talking about and they did not give up. Now, we are in a country where issues of ethics are very rife. We have a lot of corruption that has been associated with political leaders, persons working in government. And even though we see, especially during this time, a lot of caution around the topic of corruption, it is still an issue that needs to be dealt with. Now, in case you are successful in your bid, is this an issue that is of priority to you? And what plan do you have in terms of tackling corruption in Kenya, particularly in relation to procurement and nepotism? Have you thought about this?
Thank you, Madam Susan. Corruption is a cancer, and corruption right now is deep rooted. And corruption is like becoming a cartel. So the best way to approach corruption, when I am going to make it and work with the government, we shall have to ask all those who have been practicing corruption to surrender willingly without using force. For those who have practiced, it will come to an end without using force. For with corruption, corruption is at the national level, and then more so when resources from the national level is supposed to reach the people at the grassroots. Money stops there, and people are not answerable when they are supposed to represent the people. So what we plan, and among other leaders, we shall have to ask them willingly, without punishing anyone, based on good practices, that they will voluntarily return what they have taken falsely. That is what I plan, that irrespective of the party affiliation, once we are in a legislative house, we have to ask those who are corrupt to return. Two, bad leaders already are earmarked. I am calling upon the voters that they should not elect already people with bad backgrounds of corruption, because they will still pass it to others as the fish starts rotting from the head. So those who have been there, who have practiced it, they will still pass it to others. We want to have a house of prayer that forces everyone to be obedient to the law. And anyone from after 2022 election that will practice corruption, like as it is in KEMSA, that KEMSA money was meant for the sick, and they blatantly just take it for their own. They should not. The youth needs representation. We must set a good residency so that they learn from us. Because Mangidu, Mangisi, Mangidu. The bad leaders we are electing are the ones who are passing the bad practices to others who are coming. So with my inclusion in the government of Kenya and the global women, we are going to stand firm and say no to corruption.
I think, thank you so much, Susan, and thank you so much, Margaret, for bringing out issues of corruption and calling it the way it should be called. But a part of the question that probably Susan put to you is that when you are assuming you become the next woman in Bungoma, and of course, your relatives, your friends like me, I will say, could you employ for me this one? Or could you give me some tenders here and there? So how are you focusing to deal with such issues? Because family will come and you'll give them opportunities, or other things will happen. What's your take on that exactly?
You, Madam. Actually, as a leader, none is above the Constitution. The Constitution guides us. With the Kenyan Constitution, we have funds, women funds, youth funds, GAF, and so on. The best way to do is to form committees right from the polling station, the ward, the constituency, up to the county level, to look into matters affecting everyone. So when we have that, we shall be having representation right from the grassroots to the county level. We are not going to pick, I'm not going to pick my son because he's my son. We are going to give jobs to everyone as per the criteria, to everyone as per the profession, to everyone as per the academic performance. So this nepotism is also a cancer that the money generated to the people is wasted by bad leaders. So there is nothing to favor. There's no favorism. First come, and is served diligently and through application and through the committees to employ the respective people. And that way, we shall be eroding corruption and nepotism at the grassroots level. So, to me, inclusion right from the polling station is where we shall erode nepotism, corruption, because we shall be representing the people from the top right from down. So we have to know that when you are a leader, you are answerable, accountable, such that when you leave a legacy. You don't leave people crying. That is how I'm going to perform my duties because I'm guided by the Constitution. I'm not going to lead alone. We have the senator, we have the governor. I am the county woman rep. We must come together by all means. We form a family that represents the people. The issue of saying I'm the mother, woman rep, I am the senator, I am from this party does not arise. When elected, we become one to serve the country and the county up to the polling station.
Speaking about the Constitution, Margaret, the Chapter 6 of the Constitution speaks on matters integrity and leadership. And a lot of times we almost feel like this is applied subjectively because it's when probably you wait for someone to violate one of those, and then is when you say the person does not meet Chapter 6 of the Constitution. But at times you see some things just, it is a pass for others, and that is not applied to them. I don't know what's your take in terms of application of Chapter 6 of our Constitution on matters leadership and integrity.
Thank you, Madam, for the question on integrity, Chapter 6. Integrity starts from home. Why do I say it starts from home? By even speaking and abusing others, that is lack of integrity in that particular leader. People who have been taking money that is meant for other issues should not be elected. If voters have to live a free life, what I mean is this: everyone who has been already in the position of leadership and is practicing corruption is not eligible because is not meeting the requirements of integrity. Integrity means someone to be straightforward, to work diligently as per the constitution and layout of the framework. So what we shall do is this: ask the relevant bodies to deal with those who are corrupt in record, because it doesn't start one day. The, the corruption and the integrity does not match leadership at all. So those who are corrupt, I think the relevant authority must stop them from vying straight away because they have their records. We have our records of performance. So we should not encourage it by all means. Like the cases we are having, others forging certificates is also a questionable integrity question. Those who have been mismanaging funds, imagining it's their money, yet it's meant for the people. Those are the people EACC should go for. Stop them from gaining entry again into leadership because their life speaks for their past.
Amazing, amazing things. Thank you so much, Honorable Margaret from Bungoma. Please stay on with us. We were expecting other guests. I hope Professor King could confirm whether they are in the studio at the backstage or not. Suzanne, I think today we are having a very interesting conversation because matters ethics, even in organizations and institutions, is a key thing. Tomorrow in my own institution, will be having a leadership forum when one of the key issues we are looking at is ethics and professionalism. And so it calls even upon ourselves, even in the industry, not only in politics, is to uphold our ethics in whatever we do. We may be calling out to politicians because these are the people in the limelights, but also when you get back to our own institutions where we are, it is important that we continue with the advocate of good practice for people not getting involved. Because, I mean, all these things begin somewhere. These issues of corruption, it's not only when someone is placed in a high position. They start from jumping a queue when you're waiting to be served at the ATM or in the bank. It goes back even in our family setup where you feel maybe your parent, you say favoring one kid and the other. It starts in our organizations where you're doing small procurement and you tell the supplier, please exaggerate the price. So it all starts somewhere, and because it's politicians or people in us in vying positions that they are on the limelight, that's why everyone wants to say they are the people who are involved. But I think it's an important conversation that we need to take forward, even from where we are in our small communities where we are. Professor King, I don't know if you could confirm with us first if you have our other guest, Eunice.
Well, I'm going to try right now. I will say to you, I want to apologize in a big way that we've been having technical difficulties like I haven't seen from when I first started a few years ago. So let me try. We do have another interview. Let's see if we can get it on for you now. If the system goes down, stay right there. We will be back. But we're going to try to bring in the other guests now.
Sure.
Okay, we're trying to pull up the video file with all of these great videos. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, we'll try once more and see what happens. Okay, here we go. We're sharing the screen to bring in the interviews we have.
I think, Professor, we have to continue the conversation. We have 15 minutes which are remaining before our time is up today, and we want to have as much as conversation with Honorable Margaret, who is joining us tonight all the way from Bungoma. She's the next and aspiring County Woman Rep from Bungoma County. It's in the western part of Kenya, for those who are joining us across the board. Today, I'm joined by my co-host, Suzanne, who has been doing some brilliant and amazing work by subjecting our upcoming woman rep to some questions. And I'm your host, Rose MWARA. I'm so glad that you could join us. If you're joining us, please chat with us, post your questions and to the guest tonight, and we'll be able to have the guests respond. And even to other guests who are supposed to join us tonight, we had Eunice, who is also an aspiring and vying for women rep in Nakuru County. We had Abio, who is an IT professional, who is also vying for women rep in Tana River. And also we had Waidera Kibinda, who is vying for woman rep in Muranga. She calls herself the mother of Muranga. And we hope that we could have their pre-recording because they are in the studio area on, or they could join us. But if not, we are so honored to have Margaret here with us. And that name it is a name of leadership. It is a name that goes with those who are in top leadership. So we wish you all the best, Margaret, for your tenacity, your consistency, your energy in seeing issues of women are brought to the table, and especially you are a key fighter when it comes to two-thirds gender rule. I remember you spoke about the support that you've gotten from several people in the community, but would like to be very specific in terms of your community. I think Bungoma, I know the ethnic community that comes from there, but I'm not too sure whether they are so open to supporting women, and especially even your immediate family. Probably you can tell us the first time when you said, I am vying. Did your husband or your children or your aunties and uncles say, no, you can't do this? I don't know what is your experience in brief before Professor can tell us whether she's been able to bring other guests on board. Over to you, Honorable Margaret.
Thank you, Madam. Having been brought up in a Christian family, I embrace life. So when I decided I was going to vie, I had been listening to my fellow woman, as I mentioned earlier, Honorable Mother Karua, how she was articulating issues pertaining to the country, the people, the families. So my approach first was to talk to my husband that I want to go in for politics. It was not just like, yes, you go. I persisted. I went to my children, I asked them, and they said, Mom, do what you like and love most. Do you think you want to join politics? I said, yes, I want to. And they said, okay, fine. How about that? Is he willing? Yeah. I went back to him and he said, you see what? I don't mind. But you see, you are leaving your active job and so many things are going to rise up. His relatives were there. They were very negative about it. So for a whole week, I continued asking my husband. And before my sister, Elizabeth, when we had supper, he actually told me, okay, Mama, you have my blessings because you look like one and you will make it. So he started supporting me by giving me money for functions. Anytime I had a function, he supported me. And sincerely speaking, I've never had any money from any party. Nothing. I've been using family funds. Until now, that I entered into court cases that demanded a lot of money, it has drained me. And as a culture in Bungoma, you have failed to make it to parliament, you are not elected. People have problems and you must sort them out. So the issue of funding is a real problem on my side, especially even right now. I have to say categorically here, if I fail to make it, it's because I don't have funds. But if I have funds, honestly speaking, I'm the best bet, sure bet for this seat because people are telling me like that. Like our male gender, realizing that Margaret is unstoppable. You cannot bribe her. You cannot, So they don't like it. But I have to fight for it because it's what I believe in. So whether anybody likes it or not, the Constitution has given me an express permission to do it. My family has consented to do it. And also parties formed on opinions of, let's say, like, if you are in this party, then you don't belong to our party, then you are not going to get an attender at the end of it. I've never got an attender in Bungoma County, not even a kiosk, not even a receipt, because my stand is very clear. I don't go with corrupt parties, if any, neither leaders. So they like it, they don't like it, the constitution and the government has empowered me. I am an adult, I have an ID, I have the right to speak and represent the people. So it's not an East Park in Bungoma. It's not completely. So ladies and the children who are listening to me, send in whatever you have. Make sure that Margaret is comfortable to run throughout the county. Because even when I did the participation of the two-third gender, I have walked the whole of Kenya in so many counties doing the participation. I just didn't like wake up and say, oh, two-third gender, oh, gender balance. I did the participation with my own money, my own food, my own everything, and women of goodwill and men came in. I only received, let me say, 4,000 shillings Kenyan money from a man. But he promised me that it's not going to be easy for you, Margaret. But because you have the spirit, I bless you. And that is the only money I received. The rest, I must find out. Sometimes I have just gone to hotels to wash utensils so that I get airtime to speak for my people, to represent my people. And as I am talking right now, there's another lady who is almost crying the same, but the degree of suffering is the difference. I am not in my home. I buy literally everything. I eat from a hotel. Sometimes I have had to sleep on the streets because I don't have cents for food or even lodging. Even in the lodging, if I have money, there are guys who are tracking me. Even in public buses, vehicles. Now I have to tie my luggage in two sacks so that it is safe. Otherwise, they pull out. Even my certificate that I used to vie 2017, alongside others, was stolen thinking that that was a certificate I was going to use to vie. Unfortunately, God had hidden the right one somewhere else for me. All my credentials have been stolen. Good luck, I remained only with a diploma certificate that I used to register. So women are having it rough. And on my side, I have said many times I've been attacked in the houses. But if that is what it means to intimidate me before the global people, I am saying Margaret is not giving up. I'm not giving up. And I'm not crying. I'm not going to shed tears. I have to go through it. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's happening. It's real.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
real.
think do not give up. It's a key message that we are getting tonight. Plus, previous guests have also gone through challenges, but all the message we are getting out today to all aspiring women in various positions is that do not give up. We are sorry, Margaret, for what you've gone through, but a big up to your husband and your family for supporting you. And I think, Suzanne, you'll agree with me, even in organizations, women who have had support from their families, from their spouses, their partners, their children, their extended families, they do so well. So it is important that we support women, even as family, because charity begins at home. The greatest support and the best friends we can have, and genuine ones, is from homes. As we come to our close, I want to request that Margaret, you give us your parting shot, even as you appeal and encourage other women who are upcoming and they have interest in aspiring for positions in politics, but probably because of finances, they are not able to get to those positions, or the different challenges that, like what you're experiencing. Very shortly, we only have 4 minutes, maybe 2 minutes of your parting shot.
Thank you, Madam. I want to call upon every woman to identify herself. Rise up. Those who have not gone to school should go back to school, because we are guaranteed that there is security for everyone. We should rise up, not looking behind. And we must have a vision in whatever we do. Not necessarily that you have a lot of money, you can join politics. Let us not go to politics because we are looking for riches. I left my house, I left my husband, and in fact, my husband is a professor. So it's not that there wasn't money, I was lacking food, but I felt we need to represent ourselves, our children, and all leaders globally should have a heart from God, such that when they do it, they should know that one day they will live, and we should leave a legacy. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so happy people are listening to me. Those who didn't know me have known me. Those who have been saying they have not seen me, now they have seen the real Margaret, the national gender champion, ambassador, ambassador of gender balance.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank you,
much.
Susan.
Thank you so much, Margaret. And we wish you the very best indeed. That's why we have this platform. Bonga Dada Bonga is a platform giving women voices. Susan, 30 seconds closing remarks before we are out.
Yes, Madam Margaret, it's an honor listening to you. And really, as I said before, very inspiring, not just to us here on studio, but I'm very sure for all the women out there listening to you, or who are going to listen to you at another point. As Rose, the host for the show, just said, we really do wish you the best. We do need more women like you. And we hope to see you challenging other leaders like yourself to really become leaders with integrity and to be professional in whatever they do. Thank you.
So I take it from both of
Thank
you that as women, it has to be you, because if it is not you, who then? Rise up and have a vision. And having vision is very important at whatever level. So we thank you so much, Honorable Margaret, and we wish you the very best. How I wish you could be in Bungoma to vote there, would have voted for you, but we hope our relatives who are there will. And thank you so
you.
much, Suzanne, for being my co-host tonight. We look forward to the next episode, which is episode 9 next week on Thursday, starting from 7 p.m. East Africa time. We are so glad that you could join us. To all of you who have been joining us, we thank you so much. We are out and about, and we say bye-bye until next week.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you, Rose. Have a good evening, ladies.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.